Hi everyone, it's Melissa from Collecting Dreamcatcher, and I'm back today with a new video. Today I wanted to talk about album packaging, and specifically Dreamcatcher album packaging, as that's who I collect. So today I took one of each version that I own. I don't own all the albums, the first three unfortunately I don't have, and I only picked the Korean albums, not the Japanese ones, since the Japanese ones are mostly like regular CDs. So I just took one of each of the versions and I want to discuss the pros and cons and what I think Dreamcatcher should do moving forward if we were living in a perfect world and I got to decide what they did with their packaging. So let's start. Okay, so first we're going to start with Escape the Era. So I picked the orange, which I believe is the inside version, to talk about today. I'm not entirely sure if this is what they've done with their first 4 albums, including Escape the Era for packaging. But I'm just going to start here as this is all I have. So as you can see, it slides out this way. And we get the photo book. And the CD. And yeah, so personally with this, I don't have too much of a problem with it. I guess when I put it in my shelf, I find I put them backwards. Oops, sorry, you can't see. I find I put them in backwards like this, as opposed to like this way, where the cover's on the right-hand side. Which, I don't know, maybe that's a personal preference, but I find that a little odd. I would prefer if it went this way in, but if it did, then you would see nothing, like you wouldn't be able to tell which album it is. But other than that, I think this design is a pretty decent. The next album I'm going to look at is Alone in the City. So I picked the dark, or I believe the shade version. So with this one, I really like how they put them in these plastic sleeves that are that have the design like outlined on it. I really, really like this. And I know they took it away in the last couple albums. I hope they bring this back. This is probably the one thing I really hope that they'll bring back for their album packaging. What I hope they stop doing is this. Oops, sorry, I bumped the tripod. Where they put it like the tag in here. As you can kind of see, my albums are ever so slightly damaged. I don't even want to open this one ever again because of that. I took out my cards and I looked at the album and I want to leave it just like this. So personally, I hope they come back to this design, but they leave this design. Although I did realize in their later albums that they did sort of fix this. Oops. Now I'm going to talk about the Instability album, or the End of Nightmare. Personally, this is probably my favorite packaging out of all their albums because it has the sleeve that I love so much. I really love these sleeves, oh my goodness. So it has that, and then the album just, like, it opens like this. You don't have to try to dig out, like, a latch, which maybe they did because it got backlash from the other. And then pretty standard with the CD and the photo book. So this is my favorite album, or packaging design, sorry, I should say. And I really hope they return to this. I can't say that enough. It's my favorite, and I hope they come back. Next, I want to talk about something a little different. As I don't know if they'll ever return to something this heavy duty, but it's their special mini album of Ready to Dream, and it's like the limited edition. And I did think this is really cool. I think this would be my second favorite packaging. But I'll do a ranking at the end. It's so beautiful with how the light catches the gold. It looks so elegant and really matches their concept that they went for with this mini album. I took out most of the things except for like this little mirror card. I like how the CD is actually in the case, like it's not a separate book, although the book part is very cool. I like how it's in here, almost feels like a trophy. And I did think it was kind of cool that they gave this book with like different pictures from the game. Personally, I didn't play it. I'm not really one for mobile games, But I think it was a really cool idea that they partnered with them. And I hope if those rumors are true about the anime, that Dreamcatcher gets to do the songs, the opening and the closing. I'd watch it for sure, would you? Anyways, so that's that packaging. I'll just toss those back in here. And then the last packaging I'm going to go over is the Dystopia. So I have the blue version, which is the V version. I do like how this is so sparkly and it changes colors depending on the light. When I initially got this and was opening it and I saw this design again, all I could think was, oh no, I have 4 of these and I have to open all of them. I was like, oh, it's going to rip. But they did fix it, so it definitely is easier to open. I haven't ripped it yet, fingers crossed, I never do. So I will say that they did improve it a lot from Alone in the City. And I did like how they kind of went with this two-tone look, with the darker and then this like lighter, almost like mint color to complement the blue. And then the photo book, of course. So now that I went through the 5 versions, or the 5 albums that I own, and kind of talked about what I liked and what I didn't like about each, I'm going to lay them all back out again and just kind of give my final thoughts on what I hope Dreamcatcher does moving forward with their albums, and pull out all the pieces that I like the most. So I'll be right back. So here we are back again with all the albums displayed. I just want to go through what I hope to see in future Dreamcatcher albums. So the first thing I want to see is I want to see them bring back this plastic sleeve cover for their albums. They're on these 2. That's probably my favorite design of all of them, so I really, really, really hope, fingers crossed, that they can bring that back. Another thing I would like to see in their packaging is maybe doing more versions that are like hard like this, like a really solid album. I would really, really love to do that, even if it's like one version is a soft version and then one is like this. Just because, especially, I feel like these kinds of albums, like you don't feel nervous about opening or looking at it again after your like initial unboxing. So I would love to see them bring something back, a way of maybe having more of these stronger albums. And then the last thing I would love them to bring back is how in the Dystopia albums, they have like the 2 tones that they did. Where most of the other albums, if it's like this dark purple and the pink, everything on the inside was purple. Where this one they added another color, so I would love for them to bring that back in a future album. So let's see. What do you think Dreamcatcher Company will do next, or Happy Face Entertainment? What do you think they'll do next for Dreamcatcher's album, and what is your packaging wish list? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments below. If you like these kinds of collecting videos, I'd love for you to subscribe and like, and let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see. Thanks everyone, Melissa from Collecting Dreamcatcher, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye!